Get off the phone, you stupid bastard.
PCU, Frank Hall Underground Radio.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Venus is what boys have down in front.
It's fabulously freaky.
Live from a dumpy condo we like to call KDK Studios, KDK's Lunatic Fringe is on the air. Hello everyone, and welcome to another fine, fun-filled edition of KDK's Lunatic Fringe. And we're going to have some fun tonight, hopefully. I don't have much of anything planned to do, but hopefully we'll come up with some shit along the way tonight. I don't have anything new I can play for you today. And that's beer number one because, or burp number one, because I'm working on beer number one during that song, which was, for those of you who don't know, the old intro. And the song was Frank Zappa's Apostrophe. Ironically enough, from the CD Apostrophe. So you can all go and download it if you wish. We've got some drama to talk about. We'll be making some live prank calls. I'll be hanging out with people in the chat room. If you want to go to kdkprankcalls.com and click on the link for the chat room and go hang out with the other 19 people that are in there right now. And if you go in there and double click on KDK, that would be me, then you can send me a private message in which you can put names and numbers and ideas or whatever for prank calls that you want me to do tonight. And if you want to make a comment about the program, you can send that to PCU Live, PCULIVE on AIM. That'll be the AIM name for the instant feedback tonight. I'll keep it open as long as I can. And I'm going to be turning the 800 number on soon, very shortly, so that you guys can call in and have some fun with us on the air. And I'm not sure what I want to do first. I guess we need to talk about the big news. The Pope is dead. Honey, you were at work all day. Did you know that the Pope died today? You didn't know? Well, it was pretty much expected that it would happen. And that's right, the Pope is gone. And now that means that there's going to have to be a UFC Ultimate Fighting style tournament between all the cardinals to find out who gets to be the next Pope. Last Pope standing wins. Last Archbishop standing gets to be the new Pope. So right now, I guess we are sans Pope. We don't have a Pope? Or do they have like an immediate replacement Pope, like a backup Pope? I don't know. Anyway, we'll be listening to some music that we can dedicate to the Catholic Church and the Catholicism and the Pope himself and the Vatican and Rome and all that evil stuff. Also, Johnny Cochran is dead. Johnny Cochran. And Jimmy Swaggart is in the hospital dying. So it's almost as though Jesus had come back and he's starting with the worst offenders and just bumping off all the evil people. Well, how many people am I going to piss off tonight saying the Pope is evil? I'm sorry, anybody who preaches hatred in the name of God is an evil person. Anyway, I'm making some dinner and I can hear my water boiling, so I'm going to have to go put my pasta on. And in the meantime, you guys can listen to this Dennis Leary rant called Fuck the Pope.
We're making a key decision now for our kids. It's religion decision time, you know. And I'm not bringing them up Catholic. I've made that decision, boy, because I was raised Catholic and knew it. Nope. You know what? I can't bring up my kids in a church whose authority system is entirely based on the size of fucking hats, okay? That's apparently how the Catholic Church is run. The bigger the hat, the more important the guy, right? Priests have no hats. Cardinals have those little red beanies. The Pope has a collection of big hats. God must have a huge fucking sombrero up there in heaven, huh? Look at me, I'm God! You're the size of my hat, who else would I be? I don't know, lead singer of Los Lobos? I don't know. You tell me. They just changed their rules too much in the Catholic Church for me. Remember the Latin Mass? They changed that. Every once in a while they just changed some rules for no reason. Like God just called up on the hotline. Remember St. Christopher? They kicked him out. He's not a saint anymore. Do you know that? Yeah, St. Christopher, the patron saint of travel. When we were growing up, your parents would have that St. Christopher figurine, a magnetic thing that was on the dashboard. He protected you when you were driving around. Now he's gone. They kicked him out. Fuck you. Fuck St. Christopher. You're out. Why? I want to know. What did he do? Did he smoke crack in the rectory or what? Was he giving people bad directions? Honey, take a left. Take a right. Fuck you. Hey, wait a minute, man. We're in Rochester. This, of course, is our good friend, the Virgin Mother. She's always pictured like that. You ever notice that when she's a statue or in the paintings, she's always like that. And she's going, what the fuck? Hey, man, what the fuck? The thing I like about her, man, she's supposedly always appearing to groups of Mexican people and Irish people and Italian people. That happens every year, doesn't it? Remember last year it was the Mexicans down in Texas who saw her appear on the back of a highway sign? There's like 1 million Mexicans on CNN crying, going, ooh. And there was some Italian guy, he baked a blueberry muffin, he goes, oh, look, you can see the face of the muffin. No, you can't. You fucking moron. It's a muffin, asshole. Believe me, she's got a big enough budget. She wanted to show up, she wouldn't be on a fucking blueberry muffin. She'd show up in the middle of Air Force One on opening weekend right after Harrison Ford's big close-up. She'd just pop up on the screen and go, hey, stop putting shit in the coffee.
You want a beer? You want to do a shot of watermelon Smirnoff? No? You have a rough day at work? You want a dick in the ass? Can we do it on the air? So we can actually do what we get blamed for, except we don't have several different men here. We only have you. We have the cats. If that were possible, I'd be a very sad and sorry person. I wonder if there probably is videos online of people fucking cats somewhere. Either somebody with a very small penis or a cat with a very big twat. Yeah. Can you finish up dinner for me? It'll be like 5 minutes. That pasta is called Fiore. It looks like little wagon wheels. Because it's more fun to eat than just like the regular spaghetti or something. It reminds you of honeycomb cereal? And can you make me 2 meatballs? Yes. You can have my meatballs. I only want 2. Because I'm on a diet. I actually went out and bought an exercise bike that I've been riding pretty much every day for at least a couple miles. And I've lost... Before I got fed up, I was like I had gotten up to 181. And that was what I had gotten up to, like, last time I lost, like, severe weight. Which was, like, 10 years ago. And, I managed to get it back down. It was 170 this morning. So I lost 11 pounds in a week. Which is, and the way I've been doing it, this is the KDK diet plan, so everybody can take their notes and follow the KDK diet plan. All I do is I eat 1 regular meal a day, 1 low-fat meal, and you can't like make it like a giant, ridiculous-sized meal because it's the only meal you're gonna have. You gotta have 1 regular, normal-sized meal, and then 1 healthy meal. And no snacking in between, and drinking a lot of water, and riding the exercise bike, and taking chromium picolinate and multivitamins and stuff like that. So, I feel a lot better, and I'm able to ride on the bike for longer. I actually did 20 minutes the other day, just sitting in front of the TV on the exercise bike. I did 20 minutes, which ended up being like 7 miles. So, it's good for my cardio, and it's good for my stamina. I'll be able to fuck longer without getting winded. But anyway, let me go to the chat room. Monkeyfall Mark says, whose leg do you have to pump to get a dry martini? He's doing Family Guy quotes. Whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini? Remember Sinead O'Connor and the things she did about the Pope on NSL? SNL? What a bitch, man. I mean, come on. No, you don't get it. The Catholic Church is a very evil organization. They've been killing people throughout the centuries with the Crusades and the Salem witch trials, and it's a very evil institution, and I believe it's been infiltrated by the forces of Satan, and the Catholic Church is the embodiment of Satan and ideality in the modern world. Maybe that wasn't always its intention. You're distracting me making the cat dance. You're doing it on purpose. And Monkey Phone Mark says, this gum sure is tasty. He's eating the sidewalk chalk gum that he won on the Easter show last week. That's right, I got my shit out pretty quick this time. And if you're somebody whom I still owe shit to, you didn't get it because you either didn't tell me what I owed you, or there was one person who said that you owe me this and didn't give me an address. So if I owe you something, drop me an email at kdk@kdkprankcalls.com so I can get it out to you, because I will. And then he says, watch your language, mother is sleeping. Mr. Peepers is checking in with a shit ton of new confirmed numbers coming in. Fudhakar Kaki, Rakia Kaki, Saeed Kaki, Prasad Kaki, Kalyan Kaki, Janakiram Kaki, Inam Kaki, Srinivas Kaki, Thana Kaki, Eddie Satan, Cruella Devil, you get it, Cruella Devil, Cruella Devil, Gerline Devil, Hermione Devil, Louise Devil, Angelica Demon. You know what? Find some working popes. Let's find some working popes, and I'll call, and I'll act like I'm trying to get in touch with the Heavenly Father and ask how the battle royal for control of the Catholic Church is going amongst the archbishops and cardinals or whoever. Griffin Demon, Ifa Demon, Pavel Demon, Rebecca Demon. Mark, or Drew, stop being an asshole. Drew is interrupting me in the middle of a program to ask what's the PCU link. And you ought to know this, douchebag. Go to kdkprankcalls.com and click on the link for the chat room. Don't be so stupid and learn how to solve a problem on your own. Now then, where were we? Rebecca Demon, Anita Shit, Arun Shit, Gautam Shit, Hirakent Shit. These aren't shits, it's shet, like Shetland pony. Manjanath Shet, Praksha Shet, Arshet, Ramakant Shet. Did I say these already? Ramakant and Hirakant. I wonder if they're related. Vivek Shet, Brenda and Don Shetter, Webster Shetter, Dixie Beaner, Gay Beaner, Harry Beaner, Maddie Beaner, Merle Beaner, Harry Beaner, yeah, Harry Beaner. Harry Beaner, with you. Now Deuces, never mind. He's going to get all pissed off because I pointed out the obvious. Let's face it, a lot of times I know I'm too blunt. And that's what most of you people listening probably like about me. Even Kinky, who was a hater for quite a while. He says, one of the things I love about KDK is how he can just say anything, talking about me like in the first person as though I am not he. But I do behave pretty much off there the same way I do on. For example, I inadvertently and accidentally almost started a fight at a bar last night because somebody that Keith and I we recognized but we didn't remember where from came up to us. And I tried to make a joke, and he said, do you remember who I am? And I said, Mark's gay ex-roommate? So he got kind of pissed because it turns out he was Mark's ex-roommate. This guy Mark that we know. But he really is gay. I touched a raw nerve inadvertently. It's like I psychically picked up on his gayness and Freudianly let it slip. But I probably saved him a couple of years of therapy and being unhappy by stating it to him that bluntly. And I also avoided another fight when I saw somebody who owes me $175 and has stiffed me, hasn't made any kind of effort to contact me or pay me back, and has avoided me. And I saw him there, and I was just going to completely ignore him because I was afraid that after a couple of beers I'm going to want to fight. So I said it's best if I just don't go over there and just ignore him, and hopefully he'll be uncomfortable and leave, because I'm not going to get arrested, right? Last time I got into a fight, I got away with it. I didn't get arrested, but it's not worth it. Because odds are he wouldn't hit me first, because he's not angry at me. I would end up having to hit him first, and I'd be the one getting busted. Actually, what the cops usually say is they say, well, if you're going to press charges on him, he's going to press charges on you, and you're both going to jail, so nobody goes to jail, right? Yeah. Or the cop will be a dick and get you on, like, creating a disturbance or a nuisance or whatever. But anyway, he approached us at the bar, and he started apologizing, and I told him it was bad karma to rip somebody off a week before Christmas for money that I could have used for gifts. And he said he wants to make it right. So we have his phone number. Maybe we'll call him on the air tonight because he owes me $175 worth of weed. You think he's ever going to make good on it? I think he will because... What? Yeah, that's right. He approached me. And what makes me feel better about it the most is the fact that maybe I wasn't wrong about my judge of character, because I pride myself on being a very good judge of character. I'm pretty good at sizing people up and telling what kind of person they are pretty quick. And I had sized him up as being a trustworthy person. And I had accepted it as just a mistake on my part and a learning experience, and what can you do about it? What am I going to do, go key his car like a 16-year-old girl whose boyfriend got stolen by another girl? I did look up his phone number, and I found his address, and I was going to, like, post his phone number on the bulletin board so other people could start pranking him, and he'd at least have to pay, like, the $75 to get his number changed to an unlisted number. But I never did. We'll call him. We'll see if we can get some weed out of him. I tried to call earlier, and I got his voicemail, and I want to speak to him live in person. I'm not even sure if this is a real phone number. He could have just given me, like, a bogus phone number just to in case I was thinking about starting a fight, just to defuse the situation before anything started. And the guy that I offended when I asked if he was Mark's gay ex-roommate, and he says to me, "You're asking to see the other side of that video game," and he walks away, implying that he's going to put my head through the video game. Now, this guy is probably about my height, probably about, what would you say, about 250 pounds? He's overweight. He's not in any kind of shape to be fighting anybody. And I used to fight. I don't have any sorts of degrees or martial arts trainings, but I used to do bare knuckles fighting on a local level, not on like a UFC style level, but basically you go in, you size up the person, bet on yourself. I didn't bet on myself, but I had people who did bet on me when I felt I could take the guy. Not that I'm like some crazy strong person, but one thing that I have is I have a huge tolerance for pain, which comes in handy when you're a bisexual guy, I guess. But I have a huge tolerance for pain. For example, I broke my wrist once, and I didn't know for like 3 or 4 weeks that it was broken. I'm just walking around, just using it like normal. I didn't realize it hurt, but I figured it was just sprained, and I just ignored it until I was like, you know, it should have gone away by now if it's a sprain. We better go to the hospital. And I got an x-ray, and it turns out my wrist was broken. Also, when I was, like, 22, I broke my leg and didn't realize it. Well, I didn't really break my leg, but I hyperextended my knee. Honey? Yeah. Can you grab me the cheese, please? I got pasta in front of me. Pasta's nothing without cheese. Delightful little circles. They do. They look like tang. You know, I'll put tang on my pasta. Bring me the grape. The cheese is probably in the door, in the fridge, I think. And I hate to do this to you folks, but I was waiting until Keith got home before I ate my dinner, and I'm going low fat with pasta, because I don't believe in that Atkins bullshit, because I've done this same diet before, where all I do is cut out saturated fats as much as I can. Parmesan cheese has no saturated fat, I don't think, because it's a dehydrated cheese. And pasta has almost no fat. And the most fat you'll find is in the meatballs, which is why I'm only having 2, when the serving size is 3. So this whole meal probably has 4 or 5 grams of fat, which is good. Pardon me while I sprinkle my cheese. I gotta be quiet while I'm sprinkling my cheese or I'll lose my concentration. Anyway. Somebody find me some Pope numbers. I wanna call. Find some people named Vatican. Find some people named Cardinal, and find some people named Popes. Is there anybody named Archbishop? Anyway, you guys go look for that. I'm gonna eat my pasta as quickly as I can, so I'm gonna have to take a short break here. And during which time, let me find some prank calls that I can play. I wanted to play some of these that are from the Phone Fucked Girls, because Ted says they're too dirty to play on PCU. Which I disagree with. I think they're great, and I think they ought to be on PCU, and Ted ought to put them on post-haste. This one is called Clap On, and I'll be back after my pasta.
Hello.
Yes, can I speak to Peter Sterling?
This is he.
Hi, this is Jane. We fucked the other night.
Sorry, I don't quite,
Yeah, well, you better remember, you motherfucker. You gave me the fucking clap.
What?
Yeah, you gave me the fucking clap. You and your little fucking poisonous dick. Where the fuck you get out spreading your shit?
What the hell? Are you a friend of Nikki's?
Am I a friend? No. Stop sitting there on the other line like you don't know who the fuck I am, because I'm the one who gave you the best gum that you've ever had in your life. I even took off my dentures for you, asshole.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a married man.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me you were married after you fucked me, you piece of shit.
What?
Yeah, what do you mean, what?
This is ridiculous.
Oh, my God, you're fucking ridiculous, giving me the fucking clap. I'm here sitting with a sore pussy, and it's all your fault.
This is a joke, come on.
No, it's not a joke, you stupid motherfucker. Where the fuck you get off doing this to me?
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, you better be sorry. I'll kick your ass.
Listen, I've got caller ID. I can call you right back.
Call me back. Want to see how I call your wife?
Listen, don't joke around with that kind of shit. This is ridiculous. I don't know why you got me involved in this. I don't know.
No. You don't know why you got yourself involved in this, asshole.
When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedroom.
Yeah.
Can you understand why people would worry about that?
Because they're ignorant.
Hey, Dave.
Hello, how are you today?
What do you want?
All right, and what city are you calling me from?
I ain't calling you.
Yeah. Did you have a question?
No.
Is there a gentleman in your life?
Excuse me?
Is there a gentleman in your life?
Yes.
Did he used to play football when he was in high school?
Yes.
Is he incarcerated?
Is he what?
Is he incarcerated?
I guess.
I'm seeing some forgetting possibly, and I'm seeing a new baby in the next 3 months.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Are you finished?
Leo.
So,
I love you.
and?
I love you.
What do you want me to do about it?
Pardon me?
What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah, that's the daddy.
Oh, wow.
I want you to really remember
I was pregnant.
the pill, all right?
All right. Take care, bye. Goodbye.
Yep. You have a good life now.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Yes. Hello?
Hi, you there?
How you doing?
I'm well. Who am I speaking to?
Colonel Nathan R. Jessup, Commanding Officer, Marine Ground Forces. How you doing?
I'm fine. Where are you, sir?
Yes. Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, where are you?
You realize that I work at home?
So what? What's that got to do with anything?
Do you like to be interrupted when you are nancing around?
I don't care, sir. You know what? What's that got to do
Never,
with the presence you shove in your ass?
interrupt me, okay?
Psychotic
It's that simple.
motherfucker.
Are we clear?
You understand English, you psychotic motherfucker?
Are we clear?
Are you clear, you motherfucker?
You have the luxury of not knowing what I know.
What are you, some kind of psychotic motherfucker or what? You know what? I'm going to stick my foot in your ass. Make you feel better?
Yes, I'm certain I read that somewhere once. I don't know what the hell kind of unit you're on.
Yes, okay?
What are you talking about?
Make you feel better?
Do you have any other questions for me?
You're an asshole.
What, are you trying to intimidate me with attitude?
You're a funny motherfucker now. You keep me laughing all day with other voices, you goddamn.
You realize that I work at home?
Yeah?
Do you like to be interrupted when you were nancing around?
Oh, man, that's funny motherfucking shit, dude. Yeah, this world, man. What else you gotta say? Come on,
You
get out.
snotty little bastard.
What the fuck?
But is it really appropriate for a 44-year-old man to share a bedroom with a child who is not related to him at all?
That's a beautiful thing.
That's not a worrying thing?
Why should I be worrying? Who's the criminal? Who's Jack the Ripper in the room?
Are you waiting for me to say something? Get me the president on the phone. Are you going to talk to me or not? This is ridiculous. You should answer someone when they speak to you. What the fuck is going on?
Thank you for selecting a holiday promotion. My name is Evie Montanaro. Who am I speaking with?
Hello? How you doing? Colonel Nathan R. Jessup.
I'm sorry?
Colonel Nathan R. Jessup. Hello?
Nathan?
Yes.
And your last name?
Colonel Nathan R. Jessup, Commanding Officer, Marine Ground Forces, Guantanamo Bay. Can I ask you a personal question?
I'm very, very sorry, but I did not understand anything you just said. Can you speak a little bit slower?
Yes, no problem. Absolutely. Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Do you realize that I work at home?
You work at home?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you like to be interrupted when you were nancing around?
Well, sir.
So
Sorry,
never,
I
never
interrupted you.
interrupt me, okay? It's that simple. Are we clear?
Yes, we are.
Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You ever served in an infantry unit?
No, sir, I've never.
Ever served in a forward area?
No, sir, I've never been in the military.
Ever put your life in another man's hands? Asked him to put his life in yours?
No, sir.
That's right. Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Where do they teach you to talk like this?
Excuse me?
Where do they teach you to talk like this?
What do they... I'm sorry, I did not quite understand you again.
Who the hell is this?
Who am I?
Yes.
My name is Evie Montanaro, and you've been called by AmeriSuites Vacation Club.
Yes. That's correct.
Yes. Would you like to go on a vacation?
Yes.
Yes, you would. Is
Yes.
Florida and the Bahamas somewhere you're looking forward to going to?
That's correct.
That's great.
Absolutely. Is there another kind?
Excuse me?
I beg your pardon?
Well, that's what I was trying to say. I didn't quite understand what you said.
No problem.
You at least 21 years of age?
You have to ask me nicely.
I have to ask you nicely.
Yes.
What do I have to ask you nicely for?
You have to ask me nicely.
What do I have to ask you nicely? I just asked you you if you were at least 21 years of age. I thought that was pretty polite.
That's correct.
That's
I'll
correct.
answer the
You
question.
being polite, or that's correct, you being over 21?
Yes, that's correct.
What's correct?
Yes. Do you have any other questions for me?
Yes, I do.
What do you want to discuss now? Your favorite color?
No colors.
Get me the president on the phone.
The president
Yes.
of this company?
Yes.
1 second.
Thank you.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello?
Yes, this is James, and I am the promotional director here at AmeriSuites Vacations. How may I help you?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm great. How are you doing, Nathan?
Yes.
All right, that's great. Now, what seems to be your concern, Nathan?
Do you realize that I work at home?
Oh, no, sir. I don't have any of that information to my disposal, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I work all the time.
Okay.
Do you like to be interrupted when you are nancing around?
At work? Well, I usually get interrupted while I'm at work, but I usually just carry on, handle the situation, and go on about my day as if it's nothing.
Yes, that's correct. So never interrupt me, okay?
Oh,
It's that
I'm
simple.
sorry about that, Nathan.
Are we clear?
Yes, we are, sir.
Are we clear?
Never interrupted you. However, Nathan, there are some circumstances. You did press 9, by the way, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
When you received this call, you were greeted by a machine. Am I correct?
What is your point?
My point is that if you did not want to continue and if you thought you were being bothered, all you had to do was hang up and not press 9. So you interrupted your own day, Nathan, not us.
You can't handle the truth!
Oh, I see, Nathan.
I beg your pardon. All you did was weaken a country today.
What was that, Nathan?
That's all you did.
That's all I did.
For Christ's sake, this is ridiculous.
I'm telling you the honest truth. I don't do anything to my face.
Honestly.
Honestly.
And we're back. And that was, what was that? That was the 976 Girls with Clap On, some really creepy clips of Michael Jackson, and 2 calls from Nunu with Jack Nicholson soundboards calling VIP Travel. New ones. Yeah, that was a very good call. He was cracking me up even before the call began. Like the first minute of the call was just the ringing, and he's doing sounds that are cracking me up. So bravo to Nunu, very good call. One of the many prank calls that I added to the site today. If you go to kdkprankcalls.com, right there in the front, it has a list of what's new. You can click on it and listen to the new shit. Because I didn't have to work today. Yay! So I got to ride my bike and play video games and smoke weed and update the website. I like not working on Saturdays, but unfortunately I got to ask for it ahead of time. I asked for the next 2 Saturdays off as well. And I think I got next Saturday off, but they might not give me the 3rd one because they caught on that I was just asking for every Saturday off every week. And I work Friday night, I work Sunday night, I work Monday night, and why can't I have a Saturday off? I'm not the only person that's capable of working on a Saturday. I can't work a Saturday nights anyway. I gotta be out of there by no later than 7, I guess, to come home and get my shit together. Because I usually don't plan anything to do with the show until like the day of. Like today when I said, what am I going to play on the show today? And I said, I know, I'll play some sacrilegious songs because the Pope is dead. I tried to find Green Day's Ha Ha You're Dead for Johnny Cochran, but I couldn't find it. I have it. I have the CD. It's in the CD player. What, am I going to rip it now? Like, I know, I'll play it on the radio and just hold the microphone up to the radio speaker. Do I? It's not on here. No, it's not. I'm looking at it. It's not on here. It's got a lot of howl sounds. Nope. Anyway, let's see who we're going to call. I got the phone in front of me here. That was me hitting the wrong button. Shout out to Larry, who's a first-time listener, I guess, tonight. So, welcome, Larry. He called me while I was eating my dinner. And I wasn't trying to be rude, but I really was eating my dinner. And he wants to send me some numbers through the email, so hopefully he'll do that. And let me close out that, go back to the chat room, and see who we're going to call. Let me see if we got some popes in. I didn't even read off the rest of the names. We've got Park Pisser, Nancy Ann Pisser, Phil Pisser, Elma Dumps.
Hello?
Hello, is Elma there?
Yes.
Elma, how you doing today?
Who?
Elma, this is Ed. I'm calling because I just needed someone to talk to because I'm so upset about the Pope.
Oh, who is this?
It's Ed Rosenthal. Ed, you remember Ed? And I had your number, and you're the only person who picked up. I called 3 other numbers, and nobody's home.
Oh, what's your last name again?
Rosenthal. So what do you think of the Heavenly Father? I know I'm Jewish, but I was always very respectful of the Heavenly Father. So who...
Well, we're devastated, but I'm sure that he's at peace now.
Is there a new Pope yet?
Oh, no. But do I know you?
Well, I have your number, so I can't place...
I mean, I don't recall your name.
I can't place your face, but I have your number here. But I'm old and I forget everything anyway.
Where do you live?
I live in Baltimore, Maryland, on Theodore Avenue, and...
On Theodore?
I think maybe you're one of my neighbors, and maybe you're seeing me outside sometimes when I go and get my paper.
Oh, well, I mean, I live on Theodore Avenue, but I don't recall you. You know your name. It's Ed?
Ed Rosenthal. I'll make sure I say hi to you next time I see you on the street, if I remember.
Okay, do you live down the street from me?
I live at 5843. So that would be...
58?
That would be down the road a little ways. But
it's only 1 block long. It's all 59.
Yeah.
It's 59.
That must be it. It must be 5943. What did I say? 49?
5943.
I'm confused.
No, that would be right next door to me.
Well, come on over. We'll have some coffee.
It's the Ebb line.
We'll talk about the Pope, and I downloaded a hymn.
I'm sorry. I don't... I'm sure you don't live on 5943.
Maybe you'll pray with me for a moment for the Heavenly Father? Will you join me in a prayer?
Well, yes, go ahead.
Okay. Heavenly Father.
Huh?
Heavenly Father, please, may the grace of the Lord be bestowed upon you, and may you be safe in the bosom of the Lord forevermore. Hello?
She hung up on me right before my prayer. I heard the click, but I thought maybe it was interference. And I didn't want to cut off my prayer. I'm going to have to take off my shirt here because it's very hot in here. Woohoo! Actually, I'm going to take off the thermal. What was that? The guy pounding upstairs? Yeah, we got this... I'm like all tangled in my fucking headset now. Trying to take my shirt off while the headset's still on. Yeah, the mouse is looking out the window. There's a tree out front that's like all old and rotten, and like last time it snowed, like a big limb just broke off and fell down. And there was a storm like 2 years ago where like this big limb broke off and like smashed into the deck upstairs. Scared the living shit out of me. It was so fucking loud. You think it just happened again? Let's take a look. Let me take my not my president shirt off for the picture of George Bush. Can you turn the light on outside so we can see? Well, it would have hit upstairs on the way down. Yeah. We're in Connecticut here, and we're having like a monsoon, and the river is in danger of flooding. We might get flooded out. Because we only live like 15 feet above the river level. We live right on the river, so theoretically, we live in a van down by the river. Yeah. KDK, you should call the Numa Numa kid. His phone number is, but you know what? That phone number has been posted all over the internet. And I'm sure either the phone is disconnected, or they're tracing calls, or they're not answering the phone, or something. We can try it. You know the fat little Numa Numa kid? Yeah. I wish when people find a cool number, they would keep it to themselves rather than give it to just every idiot who reads a bulletin board. Because then it's no good for anybody. Same for the people who might be able to do something funny with it, at least. We have Phil. Oh, Phil Pisser lives in Danbury, Connecticut. He lives right near us. Maybe we ought to stop in for coffee. Neo has numbers coming in for Woodrow Winburn, Woody Winborn, Too Many Dramera, Abhijith Bangalore, another Bangalore, Dimitri Barkin, Constant Fangon, Hippolito Fangon Sr., one that I can't pronounce, Lars Ockmark, Katrina Briggan Stanfill, Alexander Mursov, Otavio Carmelo, and they're all confirmed and working, so thank you, Neo. Monkey Phone Mark says, man, the evil is upon us, and he found the phone number for John Pope. And then he's saying he'll bare knuckles fight me. He says he'll send me, haha, you're dead. Yeah, Mark, email it to me. Email it to the email address you always send your stuff to, and I'll go and get it sometime before the end of the program, and we can laugh about Johnny Cochran being dead because he's such an evil, assy-lipped bastard. Super Juice says, hey, don't call me a douche. I meant to say PC chat, but now I don't need it. Christ. I hate people whose first response is to bother somebody else rather than going and finding the answer, especially when the answer is so easy to find. Weedman is saying, smoke weed, say wee man, say bongload.org. Cool, man. There you go. What is bongload.org? JD says Numa Numa rocks. Yeah, he does. He's a cool kid. He's famous. Big Dick's halfway in. The Village Idiot Pizza and Pub. The Bearded Clam. Is that a real business called the Bearded Clam? Thank you for calling the Bearded Clam. Yeah, it's a strip club, and it's going to be really loud, and they're not going to be able to hear me, but we're going to call the Bearded Clam nonetheless.
Good evening, Bearded Clam. Comes over the top bar. Can I help you?
Hello, my name is Joe Rosenthal, and I'm calling with a complaint.
I can barely hear you, baby.
This is Mrs.
Who do you want to talk to?
I want to talk. The owner.
And you. Say that again.
Can you put the owner on the phone, please?
Who?
The owner, whoever's in charge over there, who can take my complaint.
Oh, that would be me. I'm sorry.
Oh, how are you doing this evening?
I'm okay.
Listen,
I'm so sorry. Did you get bad service?
No. My complaint is actually about the name of the place. And you know what I'm talking about, the Bearded Clam. That's like, one I call it crab.
No, that's only, see, the Bearded Clam is actually a male clam.
Well, we both know what a strip joint named the Bearded Clam is talking about. They're
Well,
talking
I'm
about
sorry. Like I
giant.
said, the Bearded Clam is actually a male clam. And if you want to come in, I'll take your number and I empathize with you. But that's exactly, it's named after the male clam. All right, love, I've got people backed up. I've got to go.
You mean you're a seafood restaurant?
She says it's named after a male clam. Somebody do some research and find out if she was bullshitting me or not. She says there's a real thing as a bearded clam. But we both know what she's talking about. But still, like I said, it's a bar, and they can't hear shit when you call it a bar because they're fucking loud. They can never hear you. I can remember. No more bars. Unless it's the payphone in the women's bathroom that Hectic always calls. Because it's relatively quiet in there in the bathroom. All you hear is, like, the women tinkling and flinging their tampons around. You know, that's a very common thing. I've spoken to janitors. It's like every time I hear somebody's a janitor, I ask them if they ever find, like, tampons flung all over the place. And they're like, yeah. I found them in the ceiling tiles. I found them stuck to the walls, stuck to the stalls, clogged in the toilet, of course. Pink water all over the floor. Who else can we call here? I don't know if any of those are going to be any good. What's that? That's what the janitors always say. That the men, of course, they always piss on the seat. But women, they'll cover the toilet in paper and shit and piss on it and leave it there. Or just knock it off onto the floor when they see paper there from the woman before them. And they'll leave blood stains on the seat from when they take out their tampons. And they won't drop them in the toilet. They'll just let them fly anywhere. Like they throw them over the stall at the lady in the on the next toilet. Smearing shit on the walls and stuff. I've heard some horror stories.
KDK's Lunatic Rings are on the air.
I got the machine. I can't believe the Pope died. Hello.
Who is this?
Randy Dandy.
Oh, Randy, how you doing, man?
Fine and dandy.
Yeah.
You didn't expect that answer.
I'm sorry, you sounded disappointed that I didn't remember who you were, but don't be, because I have a very poor memory from smoking so much weed.
You'll get used to my voice eventually.
Exactly. If you hang around long enough, I'll get to know you like the back of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on in your world tonight?
Well, I got threatened twice by people saying they're going to track down my number.
Why, were you pranking people?
Yep. It's pretty funny. One of them, I'm like, oh no.
Did you record any?
Sadly, no. I was on my cell phone though.
Uh-huh.
And I don't have my tape recorder thing.
So you weren't confirming numbers or anything. You were just pranking for the hell of it. Because it's fun. It's fun to get a rise out of people.
You know, just practice. Get
Yeah.
better.
It's fun to throw some big curveball and see how they react to it.
Yeah, I had to test out my new redneck voice.
Let's hear it.
How you doing? I'm terrible with it, but people believe it.
Yeah.
And then once I get into the stuttering, they'll start calling me retarded, and they never remember
So you
my
do a
name.
stuttering southerner like the Touchstone Terrorists?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like Jim Bobber.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Jim Bob, that's his name. I remember that.
Yeah. So I want to do a call.
You want to do a prank call? Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Sure. The weed man just sent me the phone number for the Kremlin.
The Kremlin.
The Kremlin. No, you know, like in Russia, the Kremlin.
Yeah. We might want to not make sure we feed him.
Yeah, we want to make sure we don't call him. Let's call up John Pope, and maybe you can try to ask them who the next Pope is going to be, and ask if there's going to have the bare knuckles tournament, or if they're just going to declare the winner the guy with the biggest hat.
No.
Biggest hat wins.
Biggest. What? Oh wait, that was the last thing that was on, wasn't it? It was on. Yeah.
What?
It was
Are you confused? Are you listening to your radio, to your computer?
No, my friend was in my background.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't understand that I'm on the phone.
Okay, well, ignore him, because there's more people listening to you over here, all right? We're going to call John Pope, and you can tell them that you want to place bets on who's going to win the big Cardinal Archbishop Battle Royal.
Oh, I'll offer him a bet.
Okay. Weedman. Weedman.
Hello? Hello? Is John there? Who's calling? This is Jim. I was wondering if he would like to make some bets on the next Pope. It is as fun as voting for president. And you never know who's gonna win. You are oh God.
What? She's gone.
I know.
DJ Freak says I got some info. Google image search for bearded clam shows about 20 or so naked women, which he thanks me for, and he says about 3 clams. So I guess
Well,
there really
the
is a
clam
bearded
thing.
clam. Huh?
Well, I guess the clan thing's actually true.
Yeah.
Kind of.
She wasn't bullshitting me. But I still think they ought to change the place to the vertical smile. Change the name to the crab hole. Ow. Anyway, I'm going to let you go.
Alright,
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, peace out. Bye-bye. Cage's lunatic friends are on the air.
Hi. I'm very nervous because it's my first time calling.
Hi. There's nothing to be nervous about. I'll be very gentle with you.
Is this Katie K?
Yes.
Crank Funk Master?
Yes.
Cool.
So what's up today?
Dr. Phil.
Oh, Dr. Phil, how you doing, man? I've never spoken to you yet.
I know.
For the longest time, I thought you were like one of Ted's alter egos, because I know Ted is a big fan of Dr. Phil.
Well, rock on, Ted. Dr. Phil.
Are you calling?
Anyway.
Are you calling just to tell me that you want me to start living as a lesbian woman?
Huh?
Do you want me to...
What about...
Well, go ahead. You first.
What? Okay. Wait, first of all, I'm supposed to get pussy if I say that Brian is a dick shit, or he sucks, or something.
Okay, Brian is dipshit. And so what do you get for saying that? You get like a BJ, or you get around the
I don't
world?
know.
How
She
old
lives about 1,000 miles away from me, so I guess that was stupid.
How old are you?
Anyway. Yeah.
Alright, you're confused too. Are you listening to your computer in the background? Because
No.
we're on a delay, you're going to get confused.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just an all-around confused person.
You seem like you're halfway there. Big Dick's halfway there. Or halfway
Yep.
there. Yeah. So how long have you been listening? You've been around for a while. This is your
How
first
long
time
have I
calling
been
in.
listening? I know it is. Probably like 9 months or so.
Oh, that's cool.
Since I got pregnant.
Since you got pregnant. Yeah.
Yep, 9 months.
Okay. Oh, that's how you know how long it was. Because
Exactly.
that was conceived when you listened to us for the first time.
Yeah, since I took that little black bitch baby in the dumpster. Is that politically incorrect?
Yes, very. But that's okay because we don't
Okay.
have FCC regulations.
Take that tar baby in the dumpster.
Are you Canadian?
What?
I don't know. It seemed like you had a little bit of a Canadian accent. Where are you calling me from?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
live on your Ryan, so
I
you
live-
guys could do hookups and shit.
I know.
Why? Do you
I
live
live
that way?
like 10 miles from Monkey Phone people.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I called in last night
Mm-hmm.
and hit on Mark.
Did you really? For real or
And the-
kidding around?
Both.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Uh-huh.
Mentally or physically?
Chronologically.
Okay. I'm 15 years old.
Okay. Well, they're about your age, so it wouldn't be legal.
But you want to know something funny?
What?
I'm actually like a really, really old person inside.
Yeah.
Because I look at people my age. This is hilarious, and I think to myself, those punks.
You do seem very mature for your age.
No, I'm just old. I'm not mature.
Okay.
I'm just old. Like
You're
get off
old
my
at heart.
property.
You're old
Get
at
off
heart.
my property, you.
You
sons
kids
of
get out of my
bitches.
yard.
Exactly.
And where are my pants?
Yeah, and I get out my rifle.
I've never
And I threat.
I've never heard an old person ask where their pants are. I don't know why I thought that was so funny back then. That he's
Hey.
always losing and looking for his pants. What's up?
Terry Schiavo.
What about
She
her?
died.
Yeah, she's dead. Finally.
Well, she died like 15 years ago, but she's dead now.
Yeah. Or she.
You know why I say we should have kept her alive?
Why?
Because we could keep her alive and then just put funny hats on her.
That is wrong. That is so wrong. Well, you can do it with Photoshop, I guess.
No, I mean like her actual living corpse.
Oh, well, yeah, you could shame her, too. You could draw on her with Sharpie and stuff.
Yeah, I said we should have her wear a T-shirt that says "Staying Alive."
That is so wrong.
No, but you see, it's not politically incorrect because she's not dead.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
she is dead.
No, I mean, she's dead now. I meant if we kept her alive. That's why I said we should have kept her alive.
Yeah, because then we're celebrating her life.
Yeah, and we have a big, like, I'm number one, the big foam finger.
You ever see what she looked like before she cracked out?
She looked like Liza Minnelli.
No, she was hot.
No, she wasn't. No, like right beforehand.
I saw
when
a
she
picture
was
of her
old.
when she was in her 20s, I guess, and she was
I
hot.
didn't see her when she was in her 20s. But I saw her, like, a couple minutes before she was alive, or died, or whatever.
Well, of course she looks like hell after being on a feeding tube and...
No, before the feeding tube, before the accident. The accident, I don't think it really was an accident.
No, it wasn't an accident. She suffered cardiac arrest due to her own bulimia, so she did bring it on herself. And it was God's will that she be dead, because without the machine, she would be dead. So we were, the evil Catholic and religious organizations are trying to force this woman to stay on and suffer.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Catholics, the Pope is dead. And I don't want to make Pope jokes, because he's dead. I said on...
Well, the Pope is
Monkey
evil,
Phone,
remember, so it's okay to speak ill of the evil.
No, but hold on. I said on Monkey Phone show last night, it's like I'm the Grim Reaper. I said we have to do all of our Pope jokes before he dies, because then you can't really make jokes about him when he's dead.
Yeah.
And I did like one or two jokes, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that because he's still living.
Yeah. Okay,
no, but you want to hear something? You want to hear something?
I want to hear a Pope joke.
No. I'm not going to tell a Pope joke because he's dead.
Okay.
I'm going to be serious right now for 1 second.
Okay, go ahead.
That was not a horrible Pope. I want to say that, but I also want to say that I despise the Catholic Church. I despise basically all organized religion. They're disgusting. They think you go to hell if you do, whatever.
Oh,
if you're
I should
gay.
say that too. I don't hate the Pope. I hate what he's doing.
Or if you have abortions, but whatever. But he actually was a good Pope. Like, he was the first Pope who wasn't anti-Semitic, or he was the first Pope who...
Well, he was anti-Semitic, no doubt, but he just didn't express it publicly.
Well, he's Catholic, but I mean, he didn't say, like, all other popes said, Jews are going to hell. But he said, well, not really, they kind of are, but not really.
Honey?
And...
Can you open the door for me?
He was against both wars, and...
Well, of course, any religious person is going to be against a war. Unless you're
George
fighting
W.
to spread
Bush
the
is
religion.
religious.
Unless you're fighting to spread the religion, like the Crusades or something, then that's okay.
But anyway, he actually wasn't a bad pope comparative to other popes and high religious leaders.
Yeah.
And
so
this
these
is
things
Pope
always
talk.
happen in threes, so who's going to be the third really big death? We had,
We already had 3.
Oh yeah, that's right, Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran.
Okay, that's the hat trick.
Yep.
The fun is over. I'm waiting for Jimmy Swaggart to die because he's in the hospital dying too, from what I hear. He's another evil.
No more dying people. It's very sad.
Well, I'm gonna let you go, man.
Wait, I want to do a call because I didn't do a call on the other show.
Okay, well, let me see who we can have you call. We have Dr. Lizard. Is he your evil arch nemesis or something?
I think that's probably my number.
Dr. Lizard?
Yeah.
No, it's not your number. It's just like the person's name writing into me. He says, all right, I need input for a prank. Well, a choice. Do I call the Church of Jesus Christ pretending to be some guy who has been locked in his satanic parents' basement for 22 years, or has never heard of Jesus, or do I call this old backwoods dairy farmer and tell him I'm running away with one of his cows on a wild bestiality love affair? I say
What I think...
I say go for the love affair. Only make it like a chicken, like something that you really could run away with, or say that you're going to ride the cow away.
I say he calls the old guy, he gets him pissed off, then he does a 3-way call and has the old guy talking to the Jesus Christ Church.
That'd be good if you can organize that, but then the guy's got to stay on hold while he click over and dial and click him back. And okay, let's see who we're going to call. Let's go back to Neo's numbers. We'll call up, Oh, Christ, I don't know if I can even pronounce a couple of these.
By the way, hot chicks send me pics.
No, you're only 15. There'll be plenty enough time for a vagina later on.
Also, womanly-looking men is okay.
We're going to call Katrina Brigham Stanfill. And what are you going to say to her?
Katrina? I don't know. Is it too boring to do a Pope thing? Oh, I can say the apocalypse is coming on because Terry Schiavo died and then the Pope died.
Yeah, and Johnny Cochran. Okay, so I'm going to click over and dial.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to...
Well, that sucks.
So that we may announce your call, please say your name or the name of the company you represent after the beep.
Holy shit!
Please hold while we attempt to complete your call. This may take a few moments.
Is that your impression of the trash guy?
She's never going to answer. I just realized how stupid that
Still
was.
trying.
But she might think it's like a relative or something, and he's in trouble. You never know what'll work.
Please hold while you are connected to the Call Notes voice message system.
Okay, never mind. Call Nodes voice message system. Do you want to try the Numma Numma Kid?
That's most likely disconnected.
Yeah, I would say so, because I saw it posted on E-Bombs World, and if it's up there, you know, like dozens of little kids have called already.
Yeah.
I suppose I could give you Paris Hilton's complete phone book. Viper, none of those numbers work anymore.
Yeah, everyone's disconnected those too.
Yeah. And
Did you ever do any of those, though?
No, I didn't, because I was waiting until the following Saturday. But everybody leaked the I got it before it was, like, posted on bulletin boards and people started, like, just sending it to each other and shit.
Well, shit.
I got it relatively early on, but I didn't, I was waiting until Saturday to call, and then it
You should have just done shit and recorded it.
I have no motivation to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm not on the air, I don't feel like doing it. So, and Viper says he loves the Six Ed World videos. He says they're great.
Oh, those are hilarious, I have to say.
My favorite is The Woman of Means. If you guys want to know what we're talking about, sometime go to kdkprankcalls.com and click on the link for the videos up top.
Is that the woman screaming about her shoulder?
Yeah. This drunk woman getting pulled over and arguing with the cops and screaming and carrying on, and it's really fucking hysterical.
Oh, that one is so fucking funny. Hey, my shoulder, you're hurting me!
Yeah.
You bastard!
Me down to the Stafford County Jail! I even remember the Stafford County because I've seen that one so many times. She was like one of my favorite clips. Let's find somebody else to call. I'm going to look real quick at Mr. Peepers. We're going to call up Darwin and Donna Dump. It's supposed to be an old lady answering.
Hello? Donna?
Yeah?
Did you hear the news?
Who is this?
It's me! The Pope is dead!
Really?
Terry Schiavo died too. Do you know who she is?
Yeah?
Isn't this horrible?
Oh, yeah. Haven't you seen enough of it?
Jesus. These liberals. They're not just destroying our country, they're destroying our world now.
Who is this?
I think that the world is just, you know how it says in the Bible that one day Jesus Christ is going to come back?
Who is this?
I think it's going to happen. Oh my God. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Who am I talking to?
You believe in Jesus Christ. Do you believe in Jesus?
I'm going to hang up if you don't tell me.
No, do you believe in Jesus? You're going to go right with them.
What the fuck? There was some kind of weird sound in the background that sounded like growling. I thought it was growling at first, and then I was thinking it might have been her breathing, like she was really hoarse and raspy and going, you know.
I heard my echo.
Yeah.
Is that with all callers? I'm new to this shit.
No.
Something's fucked up.
You should sound pretty good, except for occasional feedback. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Dr. Phil,
ciao, darling.
do you have any advice from Dr. Phil to everybody listening?
Yes, I want you to start living as a gay woman.
Okay. Thank you, man. Peace out. How did you know that that's exactly what I wanted him to say? I want you to start living as a gay woman. Are you asleep? No? Why don't you go lay down in the bedroom so I'm not keeping you awake? Huh? Oh, well. Well, that was fun. I hadn't spoken to Dr. Phil before. At first, I thought Dr. Phil was Ted, because I know Ted's a big fan of Dr. Phil. He did some Dr. Phil soundboards way back in the day, soundboard prank calls way back in the day. Anyway, what am I gonna do now? I got nothing. I did download, I played these before, but I wanted to speak about them a little. I played these Michael Jackson clips.
When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedrooms.
Yeah.
Can you
see, now, this is why I saved this, because that is the creepiest, most disturbing yes you'll ever hear in your life.
And why people would worry. When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedrooms.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to that in a minute. KDK's Lunatic Films are on the air.
You been calling my place?
Yes, I was calling because I need to return, your crock pot.
What did you call my place for?
I borrowed it back in, 1978. Edgar came over and I was making some stew. We needed a crock pot and we borrowed it, and,
take that shit.
I need to return it.
How are you doing, man? Everybody, Mr. Flashlights. Hey. Why would you name yourself after a fart?
Because the night I started listening to your show.
Yeah.
I went to the grocery store and I cooked up some elephant garlic. Have you ever done that?
Elephant garlic?
Yeah, you like put a little olive oil on it, put it in the oven, and toast it. And good.
Yeah.
It gave me the worst gas.
You know what makes me fart? Milk. Milk makes me, even the smallest amount of milk makes me fart bad. Like really, really foul. I think I'm very mildly lactose intolerant, and that's how milk affects me. It doesn't give me like stomach aches or diarrhea the way it does with a lot of people who are lactose intolerant, but it makes me fart like crazy.
If I get too much of it, it'll do that.
And raisins make Keith fart like crazy.
So I just thought that'd be a good name, Flatulence. So.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
Did you want to make a prank call, or is this...
Yeah, let's call up some people, and I can call Redneck like with them.
Okay. How about a Hispanic... You want a Hispanic or an Arabic guy?
Oh, an Arabic guy.
Yeah. I'm going to pound beers while you prank this guy.
Alright. I answer his phone.
Hello?
Hey, you been calling my number.
Hello?
Hey, you been calling my number. I got your number on my caller ID.
Huh?
I got my number on my caller ID.
What's your number?
You been calling here, ain't you?
What's your number?
What's my number? My number is 919-453. You've been calling like 3 in the morning. I don't know what's up with that. You've been doing that for. Who is this anyway?
Oh, man.
Damn.
I was trying to work the burp in there, but apparently it scared her right off the fucking phone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Okay.
Oh, well.
I'm going to give you a fellow redneck then.
I'm coming on pretty strong, I guess. People like that.
No, it was me, because I belched right in her ear and she got grossed out and hung up right away.
Yeah.
My bad.
Sometimes you gotta be persuasive.
We got Glenn Goober from Georgia.
Hello? This is
Hey, this is Bob down the road.
Please leave your name and number. We'll be glad to return your call. Thanks.
You there? Hello?
Hey, is anybody there? Hey, this is Bob down the road down here a little bit. We're gonna have a church service in the morning to commemorate the Pope. He done died yesterday. I think y'all know about that. You've been listening to the radio or anything like that. And we're gonna get up together and talk about that. And we want y'all to come on down the road. We'll have a good time, and we'll talk about all the bad things the Pope did. So you come on down. It'll be a good time. All right, take a day.
The Pope. All the bad things the Pope did. I suppose the Pope is not an evil person, but the Catholic Church is very evil. They're not the only ones.
No,
I don't want people to think I'm only picking on the Catholics, because I think all religions are evil.
No, I think the Pope was a good guy for the most part.
Yeah, he meant well.
Yeah.
He did bring a little bit of progress into the goddamn church, stuck in the 1500s, if that.
Yeah.
Do you want to try again, or are we done?
Oh, it's up to you, you know.
Let me see what I got.
Somebody.
This is a local number.
What about that farmer guy that you had?
No, that was somebody just asking about an idea for a prank call. He wasn't sending me a number.
Oh, okay.
I wish if somebody, there's a phone here, a farm here in town. I ought to see if I can get the number, so somebody can do that prank and say they want to marry a chicken or something. I'm going to call up Heinz Anus, who is an old German guy.
You going first or me?
You go.
Hello? What happened?
Hello?
Hello?
I'm looking for Heinz.
Yes.
I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I have the mask on.
You have an ass phone?
Yeah. Who is it?
You gotta move closer to your phone or something. It sounds like you're speaking from beyond the grave, like contacting a medium, or speaking from inside of a closed casket. And speaking of closed caskets, did you hear about the Pope?
Yeah.
It's so awful. It's so horrible. Me and Myrtle are going down to the church for services tomorrow to commemorate the Pope, and we're making our own homemade Pope hats out of felt and macrame and macaroni and glitter. So Jill made you one, and if you want to wear it, you're more than welcome to come with us. But you gotta wait till you get out of the car to put the hat on, because it's a little tall. Or we can stick it out the sunroof. Maybe if you could stand up out the sunroof and wave to people while we go by wearing your hat like the Pope.
Is your name Pine?
I know Heinz. It's Mr. Anus.
Mr. Anus?
Yes.
Oh.
Heinz.
Huh.
Hello? So do you want to come down with us or not? Hello?
Hi.
Oh, well, he's gone. Let me make sure he's gone. Heinz Anus. I couldn't hear a thing he was saying.
No, I couldn't either.
Towards the end, it sounded like he pulled the phone out of his ass, and you could hear him a little better, but... Oh, well, I guess we're just not having good luck. I was going to go to my email so that I could read, like, a hate mail that I got on the air, but I suppose I can paraphrase it, and I don't have to go to my webmail. Basically, I got an email from somebody whose name I don't remember, saying, "Why do you have to be so gay?"
Oh, come on.
He was saying, sometimes when I listen to the show, I get embarrassed, and I'm afraid that other people will hear it and think I'm gay.
He's got to be, like, under 18 years old.
It's like 2 paragraphs, and he's saying, I'm sure a lot more people would listen if you wouldn't mention gay things, if you wouldn't be openly gay and wouldn't talk about it on the air.
He's either pranking you with all that, or he's, like...
No, I think he's serious. He wasn't, like, condemning me, saying gays are evil, but basically what he's saying is that it makes him uncomfortable to know that he's listening to a show hosted by a gay guy, or a bisexual guy.
Well, don't listen.
Yeah. So that was my response in the email. I said, again, I'll paraphrase because I'm not going to open up my webmail just for this. But I said, I have no interest in entertaining anybody who's going to be turned off by me talking about gay stuff, right? I said, as far as I'm concerned, you're not allowed to listen. I'm not here to entertain homophobes. I'm here to entertain people who have an open mind about it. Because it's very subversive. That's my agenda. My agenda is to prove that gay people aren't like flaming little drama queens. Well, I guess I am a little bit of a drama queen sometimes.
Two of my best friends are gay. But I'm straight.
I don't like most gay people, to be perfectly honest. But I'm here to prove that not all people who are gay are effeminate or swishy or I don't know.
Right. Okay.
That's my point. I'm distracted. I'm distracted by reading the IMs that are coming in. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, Mr. Flatulence.
Thanks, man. Good talking with you.
It's good talking with you, too. I'll talk to you on the bulletin boards, online.
All right.
Okay, peace out.
Mr. Flatulence, famous and well-respected celebrity photographer, everybody. Mr. Flatulence. Let me see what people are saying here. Dr. Lizard says, word, KDK, the call turned out great. I'm going to do the callback three-way with the church now and keep calling back till he lets us do it. As a special thanks for your help with my call, I'm going to give you these confirmed numbers of people with ass-related names. Randy Arseneau, AJ Asif, and Carol Asselin. I think Asselin looks familiar. We might have called Carol before. We've been on the air for so fucking long now. We're in our third year. Shit, I'm gonna have to retire soon. Just letting you know, Gary Bolson phone does ring. Gary Bolson. Really? However, an answering machine picks up. I think they're sleeping. You might want to call a few times and see if you can wake them up. And I'm going to wake up the Numma Numma family.
KDK's Lunatic Fringe, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Dave.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Everybody, Monkey Phone Mark.
Yay.
I play some applause, but I'm too lazy to navigate to that window. That's pretty bad. Go ahead, Mark, you take the show for a minute so that I can finish this beer. But you gotta say something besides penis, 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 penis.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm taking the show for a minute. And I'd just like to say that Monkey Phone's Retard Night is a way better show than KDK's show. KDK's show sucks compared to Monkey Phone's Retard Night. And
I missed your show last night because we went to the bar.
Yeah, I noticed.
So did it help you get online?
Yeah.
Oh, good. What time did you end up starting the show?
9:30.
9:30. I was home around 10:30 to change before I went out, and I tried to see if you guys needed to get on the stream because it didn't look like you were on. Either that or the title streaming wasn't working.
You know what's funny?
What?
Today I went to that place, Cracker Barrel.
Uh-huh.
We had a flaming gay waiter named Nathan.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, so does everyone want orange soda? And do you want a side of apples with everything?
I don't pick on the guy just for being gay.
No, but he was like, no, he's not regular gay.
He was flaming gay. He was super gay.
Effeminate man gay.
Yeah, I know. I hate guys like that because I don't think it's legitimate. I think it's a phony act that they do just to let everybody know that they're gay, so that they can, closeted gay guys will hit on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What should I say to him? Hello? Hello, Hippolito?
Who?
Hippolito.
Who's calling?
I've been searching for you for all these years. This is your arch nemesis.
Huh?
I've come to deliver your last vital blow. I don't know what that means, though. Because I'm your arch nemesis.
I cannot hear you. Can you speak
Could
louder?
you put Hippo on? I'm his arch nemesis.
A what?
Arch nemesis. It's like a close friend, but we hate. Like a close hate, but not friends.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Could you please put on Hippo? I want to shoot him with my ray gun.
Did you what?
I want to talk to Hippo so I can shoot him with my ray gun.
Who's calling?
Maybe I can dangle him over a pit of lava. This is the arch nemesis I've told you like 5 times.
That was funny.
I don't know what that was about.
Hippo's arch nemesis. Let's see who else we got here. Let me see whose numbers I haven't done yet. Let me do some prank master numbers. Pope Automotive. That's an answer machine though. In Lubbock, Texas. Teasdale's. Why is that funny? Dick Teasdale. Oh, I get it. Dick Tease. I get it. I'm a little slow. The Spread Eagle Inn. Ada Burger. Let's call up Ada Burger. I don't know why. I don't know why. Ada Burger.
Gade?
Ada.
Ada?
Ada, yeah. Like you, Ada Burger.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Huh?
There you are.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Ada Burger? Ada Burger?
Hello, Mrs. Burger? God damn it. It's impossible to hear anybody. Like, the past 3 people I've called, I can't hear what they're saying.
Oh.
Yeah, well. Well, Mark, your show is on Friday nights at 8 p.m. or what?
9.
9, because you get 3 minutes after 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let you go because there's like persistent feedback very low in the background while I talk to you, probably from your cell phone.
It's my cell phone. My phone sucks.
Okay. Peace out. I'll talk to you next week. Like that? God damn it, I'm going to take this fucking phone off the hook. This is like the quadrillionth call we've had today. KDK's Lunatic from John here.
What's up, KDK?
Hey.
Hey.
Is this, Ballard?
Yeah, sure is.
No, who is it?
DJ Freak.
DJ Freak. Yeah, how you doing, man?
Nothing much. I just got back in the chat rooms today.
In the chat rooms?
Back to the show.
Oh, okay.
The last few weeks I've been doing crap.
Oh, really? Too busy to listen to your old pal KDK?
Not too busy, just busy enough.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. At least you're back.
Can't stay away too long.
And there's always the archives, so you can catch up on what you missed while you were away. If I ever eventually get around to editing them.
You're still missing a few shows from it. I looked at that earlier.
Yeah, there's a couple shows that I never got around to editing, and there's a couple of recent shows that I haven't done yet. And there's a couple of shows before the ones that are posted there that need to be edited. But there aren't enough hours or motivation in the day to get it all done.
Motivation?
You know what I need? I need somebody who can do, like, audio editing for me. And Rednex always helps me out, but there's so much shit. It's like more than even 2 people could handle.
Well, what do you need?
I need people to edit the shows, cut out the prank calls and send those to me, and then send me the edited show.
I might be able to help you there.
You know how to use Cool Edit or Audition or something?
I have Sonic Foundry Acid, I have Fruity Loops, I have...
Cool, if you know what you're doing, definitely. If you got the time...
Isn't DJ for nothing.
If you got the time, it would be very helpful, and we would all appreciate it.
Yeah. Send me some shows. I'll see what I can do.
Contact me on AIM, and I'll send them through there sometime.
Alright.
Okay, because most of the old ones, like the early ones that I want to get posted, because there's calls in there that I haven't heard in like literally over 2 years, and there's some great shit hidden in those old programs, and I don't know where, because I got 200-300 hours of shit. So I'll send you a show. You can work on it. You know my AIM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to you on AIM before, right?
Yep.
So you still got a show in Wild Bunch?
No. I still hang out with them all the time though.
They fired you too.
No, they didn't fire me. I quit. There's a difference.
You quit. Well, they fired me. Well, they didn't fire me. They just took me off the schedule because I took their link down from my main page. Because fuck Wild Bunch. Everybody, repeat with me. Fuck Wild Bunch. You know the reason why they took me off the schedule? They got pissed off about me making comments about their shows being bad and their DJs being bad.
Well, I like Wild Bunch now, but you gotta give people test runs before you get on.
Ow. Yeah. Not everybody should just go on the air, you know. If besides, anybody could start their own show and use their own bandwidth to broadcast, and probably handle up to 10 people on their own.
Yeah.
And by the time they get to the point where they need more than 10 slots, that's when you put them on Wild Bunch. Because by that time, hopefully, they will have gotten a little better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people go on there for a couple of weeks, they realize they're not very good at it, and they stop doing it, and it's always new awful DJs coming in and doing crappy shows. There's a couple shows that I used to like, but I'm not going to say which they are because they stabbed me in the back so wrongly.
Did you hear that one show that I did?
I can't remember.
Oh,
I remember listening to Glowworm. I don't think I caught yours.
It was horrible.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Just studying around. But, yeah, that's why you have your show, and you now have your own dedicated chat room.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And you have your own website.
You know, that's a really good example of how when people try to put us down, it only makes us stronger. Because Blackout was threatening to have us thrown off of Central Chat, it forced us to go out and find an alternative. So now we have something better. We have our own chat server that nobody can ever take away, except for Ted. So, we're never going to get into a fight with Ted. Well, Ted's a great guy anyway. Even though I've gotten into fights with people who are friends with Ted, he's never, taken it personally.
Alright. Well, are you doing any calls?
You want to do a prank call?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we got, Bunghole Liquors. Wait a minute. It's almost midnight, and that's in Mass. They're not going to be open now.
That's a restaurant?
No, Bunghole Liquors. Liquor store.
Oh, Bunghole Liquors.
Yeah, it's in no way it's going to be open at midnight. Close to midnight. JD says, do you use any Flash stuff on your site? Flash plus Dreamweaver equals hotness. Yes, you're right. Obviously, because Macromedia makes both programs, they integrate very well. But no, my site does not consist of any Flash.
I have some Flash on my site.
What's your website?
It's a GeoCity site.
It's okay. What is it?
34K. GeoCities.com/DJFR34K.
Wow, that's a long one.
Although I gotta be careful because right now I'm not sure if it's legal. I think I kind of have copyright infringement.
What do you got up there? Music?
I took the start bar from Windows XP and kind of used that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take a look now because I'm on the air and I'll bog down my bandwidth, but I'll check it out later on. You ought to go to the bulletin boards and post it for everybody who didn't catch it.
I'm still under major construction.
Oh yeah.
I can work on it.
Well, we can at least go and pick on you.
Yeah.
Let's see who we're going to call. We're going to call, let me go back to either Peepers or Neo. Let me go to Neo. Neo has a phone number for Terry Schiavo.
For who?
Terry Schiavo, the woman who just starved to death after 15 years.
Oh. I don't know how she gets her numbers.
It's not the real Terry Schiavo, but you can call pretending that you think it's her or something.
Okay. Yeah,
and you're trying to donate money to the family. And the phone just died. Well, sorry, DJ Freak, I didn't intentionally hang up on you, but I need a new battery for this phone, and I always forget about it. And it used to be that when it started beeping, I would have 10-15 minutes before it really actually died. But now when it beeps, I got less than a minute before it dies. So it just died on you. I didn't hang up on you on purpose. And I'm going to go put this on the cradle, and I'm going to take myself a break while we listen to the rest of the song, which is... the guitar work in this song is done by VForge from Wild Bunch Radio, and I'm playing it because I was going to play it last week and I forgot, and then we got into this whole stupid thing where they're pissed off at me because I said that their bad DJ was bad. As a matter of fact, let's see what's on Wild Bunch right now. Anyway, what the hell is on Wild Bunch right now? Roll Over Beethoven long version. Let's tune into it, it sounds like. Okay. Maybe we'll check in later when the awful show comes back on so we can hear somebody talking and mock them on the air. But this whole thing started because they put a show on at 1 a.m. and they put him on at 1 a.m. because he donates to the station, so he can pick his time slot.
And I don't even care because by the time 1 o'clock comes around, I'm done doing the prank calls, right? And I made a comment saying, why would they have a good show go off the air for a bad one to come on? And if you want to listen to a good show, tune on over to PCU and continue listening to Psychobabble. And the DJ was sitting there waiting to go on the air and listening to the Wild Bunch stream, and he heard everything I said about him, so he got all pissed off, and he goes and complains, and he says, KDK doesn't even pay to be on this network, and why do we put up with him making fun of all of us, saying that we suck? So, you know what, let's just get rid of him rather than put forth the effort to not suck. When somebody tells you that you suck, it could be taken as a learning experience, or you could get defensive about it. If people tell me that I suck, if it's obvious that they're just trying to be negative, then you discount it. But if they say, this person sucks and this is why, then, like, people tell me your show sucks because you hear feedback on the air, and I don't have a mixing board, and I'm doing like the air quotes. I don't have a mixing board, and I don't have a fancy microphone. And those are valid points, but not something I'm going to change. But anyway, my point was, when people give you negative feedback, you can take it in one of two ways. You can take it and use it to make yourself better, or you can say, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and just bury your head in the sand like an ostrich. It depends on where it's coming from, though, because I'm a fellow broadcaster, so I sort of kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to good radio. Like when I want to go to see a horror movie, I don't look for a review from Siskel and Ebert. I'm not going to trust what they have to say about a horror movie because they never like horror movies unless it's some like faggy, dykey, stupid ass horror movie. If you want to know if a horror movie is good or not, you go to Fangoria.com or somebody who's a fan of horror movies and knows on what sort of grade to judge a horror movie. But anyway, I digress, and I'm supposed to be going to get the other phone. London, Ontario.
KDK's Lunatic Fringe are on the air.
Ow!
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm fabulous. Is this, Meta?
Huh?
Okay, I'm gonna guess. Reclude?
Yeah.
Yeah!
No, come on.
Second time's a charm.
No.
How you doing, man?
It's Entros, man.
Entros. I always get all you guys mixed up. Meta, Entros, and Reclude. So how you doing, man?
Oh, not too bad. What's going on?
I'm sort of doing an internet radio show, drinking some beers. I was about to smoke some weed. You got some
smoke
weed?
some weed. I already did.
You stoned already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanting to make some calls and entertain myself and laugh like a little schoolboy.
What?
I just want to make some calls, man.
Okay. Hang on, I'm going to take a hit of the bowl here.
What kind of pipe? Glass or wood?
It's steel.
That's a metal one.
I have so many different things that I could smoke from. We have glass, and I have one that's made out of bamboo. It's like a foot long. And that one's really good because you wouldn't think it by looking at it, but it works almost like a bong because the chamber is so long it fills up with the smoke. So you have to, like, you cap it off and, like, take your finger off the carb hole and suck it out like a bong.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, bongs are great.
Yeah, I used to have a nice glass graphics bong. Now all I have is like a little cheap plastic one because I figure I'm going to break it sooner or later, so I don't want to buy something expensive.
Two Eyes Blind has a nice bong I smoke from.
Two Eyes Blind?
Yeah. The Canadian who's also blind. So far you got two blind Canadians and a Princey, how do we describe her without offending anyone? Lack of mobility. There we go. That's a big fucking hit.
It's only half of it.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's what I do, is I'll exhale half of the hit, and then I'll breathe in some more fresh air so that I can hold the rest of it for a little longer.
Hey, it works.
Because, you know, I'm ghetto. I've been there where I'm, like, down to, like, the last crumbs in the bag, and you conserve it like that.
Yeah.
You have to conserve the weed. And I've smoked resin balls before. Ugh.
Oh, isn't that the worst? Or if you take your pipe after you're done and flip it upside down and put the lighter in that way.
I never tried that one before.
It burns. Like, I had my friend do it because, you know, I didn't really feel like
Fucks you up?
stuff.
It really tastes
yeah,
like shit, but it fucks you up really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really, it's almost like really, really bad tasting hash.
Yeah, I love hash.
I haven't had hash in like 10 years. You can't find that shit around here anymore. All you can find are like the bad drugs and weed. You know.
Come to Canada, man.
Come to Canada. You can't grow weed up there.
Fuck that, man. We have good weed up here.
Yeah. All you need is greenhouse.
Smoke it with me.
Right?
Yeah, exactly, and lots of light.
There you go. I'm going to take another hit.
I had an idea for you, but I don't have a number because I didn't get around to it.
What happened?
Basically, what we could do is we could call one of those 24-hour prayer lines.
Okay.
And start up about the Pope with that.
See, the problem is, or we could call up like New Age bookstores or Wicca places. I think it would be better to call places and talk about the Pope where you wouldn't normally call and talk about the Pope. You know, like call up like the Satanic Church or the KKK and start talking about the Pope. I think it'd be a lot funnier than just calling up a real church, because they're just going to go along with you and like maybe even pray with you for the Holy Father.
Yeah, but then I'd start laughing at him.
I should point out that I was raised a Roman Catholic, by the way, so I know of which I speak when it comes to the Catholics.
A bunch of monks.
You grew up with a bunch of monks? Is that what you said?
No, man, like the Catholics, they're like monks, because actually my dad's side of the family is Catholic. And I actually went to a Catholic church service way back when I was little. And I remember all they did was kneel and hum.
Kneel and hum. Yeah, that's practice for the little boys. Kneel and hum. I have an uncle who went out on a mission to spread Catholicism to the heathenistic masses, and his mission was in Peru, where he had to go and teach like people in the jungle about Catholicism, right? And so because he did this work for the church, he got to go to the Vatican City, and he had an audience with the Pope. I have I don't have it, but my dad has a picture in his house of my uncle meeting with Pope John Paul.
You better got it autographed.
It's autographed, but it's probably like done by the Vatican secretary or something.
Yeah, a stamping machine.
I believe it does have a signature on it. I'm not sure whose. But it's one of those things where they have like a whole room full of people who had done like stuff over and above the line of duty for the church. You know, like there might be 20 people in the room, and the Pope just goes down the row and like shakes their hand and speaks to you for a minute. So it's a big deal to meet the Pope, but it's not like you actually got to sit and have coffee and talk with him or something.
Yeah, so it's like a quick meet and greet type deal.
Well, he did the meet and greet, and then they all had dinner together. So they got to break bread with the Pope.
Cool shit.
Yeah, that's cool. That much is cool. Yeah, I guess.
Indeed.
I can't even remember that uncle's name because I've only met him once, because he's always off going to some place in the world to spread the word of the Lord. Hopefully he doesn't go anywhere near the Middle East. What's that?
Uncle Esther.
Hmm?
You can call him Uncle Esther. I don't know, it sounds good.
Uncle Esther, yeah. No, he never touched me inappropriately, even though he is a Catholic priest. Let's call somebody else.
Okay, whatever. Just give me a number, and before you actually
Well, you want to dial?
No, well, I can dial too. It doesn't matter. I can just randomly dial shit. I don't care.
No, we don't know what's going to work. Let's stick with the stuff we know will work, like Mr. Peeper's numbers. Let's call up. Have we called Pietro Conti yet? Okay, we're going to call up Pietro Conti. If we called him already, we'll call on him again, because he's a cunt. He's very cunty. And it's ironic that Mr. Peepers looked it up, because I remember I was calling Uriel Cunty the other day, or like a couple weeks ago. Okay, I'm going to be right back.
Hello? Hey, man, please speak to Pietro Country? Yeah. Yeah, this Pietro? Yeah. Pietro, I need someone to talk to. Can you talk to me? I'm upset. Go to bed. Go to sleep. Pietro, the Pope is dead. Oh, well, what is that? Go to bed
gave us some great clips. It's like, go out there, go away. He's got the perfect stereotypical accent. You know what? I'm actually going to get myself a pad. And I'm going to write his number down.
That was good.
Because he's going to be a regular.
You gotta call Long Dong, or we gotta call him. I haven't talked to that man for so long. I miss him.
The last couple times we tried, we haven't gotten anything out of him, so we haven't done him much lately.
Oh, you're not expert, man. You need more practice.
Well, somebody send me Long's number, and we'll give him a try later on. Nobody sent it yet, but somebody will send it tonight, and we'll give him a call, see what happens.
I just think you should, play, I don't know, animal-sounding clips at him. I think you'd start screaming.
Yeah, I'm not set up to do that, though.
Yeah.
You know how I get the feedback? It would be 10 times worse.
It sucks.
Okay, let's call up. Now I'm not even looking at the names. Now I'm looking at the description of what kind of person it is. Do you want a Hispanic lady or an old dude?
Old dude.
Okay. Nancy Annie Pisser.
Hey, you've reached Craig and Nick. Please leave a message. We'll call you back.
Mr. Pisser, how are you? I'm calling about the Pope's passing. We were wondering if you were going to attend the memorial tomorrow. If you can please give us a call back. You have our number. Bye-bye. I didn't know what the fuck to say. I thought you were going to hack it.
Oh, yeah, I should have. I should have tried. Merle Beaner is another confirmed old guy.
That sucks. Fuck you, Merle. Masturbating over the Pope's picture.
These are from 4 hours ago, that's the problem. I need to find some of the more recent ones. Okay, we got a John Pope that was confirmed about half an hour ago.
Really? He's ghetto.
What's that?
That guy doesn't have an answering machine. He's ghetto.
Really? Okay, Paul Pope is another old guy.
Not ringing.
Hello? Paul? Paul?
Yeah.
How you doing, man? I didn't wake you up, did I?
Yes, you did.
Well, I wouldn't call this late if it wasn't important, but I'm wondering about who's next in line over in Vatican City. Who's the Pope's successor, and is he in place yet?
I don't know. Why are you calling me?
Online you were listed as Vatican information. Paul Pope. Pope Paul.
Well, I'm Paul Pope, but I'm not Vatican information.
I'm Vatican City.
I'm a
VaticanCityPhoneDirectory.com.
I'm a Baptist deacon.
Oh, so you probably can answer my question. Now that John is gone, who's going to get the job?
I have no idea. He's the Catholic.
I have my friend on the line, and he was joking with me, saying that they're going to have a battle royal, and last Pope standing or last Archbishop standing wins.
There's going to be some jousting. Well,
they're jousting?
Well, I have no idea, but like I say, the Catholic. Is it going to be like in the King Arthur movies, the fights and all? Is that how they're going to decide?
No, they don't fight with swords and stuff anymore. That's like out of the 1800s. 1500s. Do they have to, is it like a president? They have to run for the office or something? Is there an election?
No, there's an election by the Cardinals.
Oh, the Cardinals get together and they decide who it's going to be?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's the front runner?
I have no idea. Like I said, I'm a Baptist, not a Catholic.
Brian was also saying that the guy with the biggest hat wins the job, but that's just a joke.
Well, I would appreciate if you do it.
What was that?
I'm not Catholic.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to wake you up.
Yeah, thank you anyway.
I'm just so concerned and have so many questions about the future of the Catholic Church.
He hung up.
Yeah. He was really low, but we can't blame him because we woke him up. I'm
I
surprised he
think
stayed
he's
on.
gonna pick up.
Yeah, he like picked up like right away, so he must not have been asleep.
We got some
Shit,
shows
do you hear that?
going. Yeah.
Wait for it. You hear that?
What was that?
This phone is beeping.
All right, man. I'll let you go.
This phone is about to die too. So that's it for the calls for the night, I guess.
All right. Talk to you later, man.
Okay. Peace out.
Yep. There it goes. I just like pulled it away from the headset to look at it, and it's flashing low battery. And right while I'm looking, the little LCD goes dark, and it's dead, completely dead. No point in even hanging it up. That was the secondary phone, which was off the hook because it's Keith's phone, and it was in the bedroom, knocked off the cradle. And it also needs a new battery. It's a little older than the other phones, so these batteries don't last long, because these phones aren't more than 2 or 3 years old. It's not even a cheap-ass phone. It's a nice phone, actually. Radio Shack sells shit, that's all. That's what I get for buying a Radio Shack phone. It's not Phone Shack, is it? Right? That's better. Now you can hear me better. Okay, this is coming from the chat room. I'm reading something that Neo, she must have cut and pasted it from a chat room, or she said it to Venison herself. Hopefully she'll let me know. Look, Venison, I know what I have overheard, and I have heard a lot during this stupid little war between the stations, and frankly, I think Wild Bunch and a lot of your people are assholes who think they are the shit on the radio, and they're not. Wild Bunch took the last remaining good show off their schedule, and you guys are shit. And I can't tell you how many times people have told me, like in the past week when they found out that Wild Bunch decided to take me off the schedule, I can't tell you how many people told me, why would they take their last good show off, or why, or basically words to the effect that I'm better off without them, and I was sort of lowering myself by being associated with them, but a lot of times I'm too nice of a person. I'm a nice guy. I'm friends with Venison and Forge. They probably hate me at this point, but I don't hate them. I have no ill will against anybody over at Wild Bunch. I think it was a bad decision, but a lot of people never listen to me on Wild Bunch anyway, because the only people who listen to Wild Bunch are the other broadcasters, and the other broadcasters never listen to me because they resented the fact that I'm on another station that gets a lot of listeners, and I'm perfectly open and honest about my feelings about most of the DJs and shows over there at Wild Bunch Radio. They hated me because, basically, I make no bones about saying that most of them suck. So we never got good numbers over at Wild Bunch, so we really weren't helping them. So the one ironic part about it is when I went around and I told Mark, the DJ at DEF CON, and I told the people at Wild Bunch that I'm only going to be on PCU, and they asked me to stay, and I was like, okay, I'll stay just so the people who like my show and like the music can listen in a high quality. They can listen to the stereo stream. And personally, to be honest with you, I'm not an audiophobe. I'm not that uptight about audio quality. The show sounds like crap, and I don't care, because the show is more about me sitting here and having fun than trying to do an actual show, which is unfortunate. Pardon me while I smoke over here. Honey? You awake? For some reason, it makes me uncomfortable when somebody's sitting in the room asleep. Oh, Venison is here. You're not the first and won't be the last. Sad fact of life, unfortunately. I don't get it. That was Venison's response to something. Let's see what is on over there now, anyway. Let's just take a listen and see what quality programming is in store for you over at Wild Bunch. Not much, because it's just about as faggy as that Prayer God song I just played. Everybody turned out during Prayer God. Monkey Phone Mark says that he can edit the shows, and the problem with this is, Mark, you don't know much about editing, and you'd end up asking me more questions about helping you edit the shit than time it would take me to do it on my own. He says he's good with Cool Edit. Well, haha, you're dead is sent maybe twice, I don't know. I was joking about how our show is better. I'm a joker, I bet you couldn't tell. Our show isn't better, silly. Well, I'm sure there are people out there who would listen and say that it is better. I missed it last night. I'm upset about that, but I wanted to go out to a bar and unwind and have some fun on a Friday night for once. And I did, even though I narrowly escaped getting into a fight. And hopefully I got $175 worth of weed out of it from this douchebag who ripped me off and now wants to make good on it. You know what? As a matter of fact, maybe I should call him. Well, duh. The phones are charging. They're both dead. You're an idiot, you are. Our local high school recently banned the Gothic style of dress. The local newspaper said that it promotes the shooting of classmates. So could you please call the principal of the school as the grandmother of a Gothic young man and plead your case? Break out the Jewel Boys, Prankmaster KDK, says Dr. Lizard. If I called that number, I wouldn't get anybody. I would have to call that during the day. And that is a good premise. That's a good premise. See, the problem is I never feel like doing prank calls unless it's a Saturday night and I'm drinking beers and smoking weed. And half the time, if I'm not drinking or smoking weed, I don't feel like doing the prank calls. I don't know. I was sort of like Axl Rose. Remember when he used to wait for like an hour, 2 hours before he would go on stage with Guns N' Roses, and the crowd would get all restless and pissed off, and half of them would leave before he eventually came out? I'm sort of like that. I don't want to go on until I'm ready. I want to call this Terry Schiavo, not the real Terry Schiavo, but a Terry Schiavo, and try to donate some money and see if these wrong people will try to take my money from an 87-year-old lady with lung cancer. I bet you they probably won't.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing, dear? Is this the Schiavo family?
Yes.
You don't know me, but my name is Joe Rosenthal, and as you can hear from my voice, I have some lung cancer, some throat cancer, and I'm not long for this world. And this whole hoopla has touched me so much that I wanted to make a donation before I die because I can't take it with me, and my kids don't deserve it. So I said I'm going to call the Schiavo family, and I want to leave it with you.
Who fucking is this?
My name is Jill Rosenthal, and you don't need to curse at me. I know I'm calling.
Why are you calling this late?
I'm an elderly woman, and I stay up all night. I sleep maybe 2-3 hours a night.
How did you get this number?
Because I have difficulty breathing.
How did you get this number?
I went to people pages on the internet, and I typed in the name, and I got the phone number, and I'm just calling, and I guess I'm going to need somebody to sign some papers so that I can change my will or something. I'm not sure how that works.
Okay, well, you gotta talk to I don't know if this is some sick fucking joke, but don't call this phone number anymore, okay?
All I'm trying to do is donate to the family in these hard times.
I'm not their family.
Oh, I have the wrong Schiavo family?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have to be so rude about it. I'm sorry.
Well, it's 12 o'clock.
Well, I thought I was calling on the East Coast. It doesn't say where I'm calling. It only gives me the number. So I thought I was calling the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast in Connecticut.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry I woke you up, and bless you anyway, even though you have a filthy mouth.
Wow, the way she got so pissed off at first, I thought it was the real Schiavo. I was like, great, now I'm going to get fucking sued. People get so pissy. She wasn't even asleep when I call. Why do you get pissy that somebody calls late if you're not asleep? What do you care? Prankmaster, I need a beer. That's a good one. I need a beer. Prankmaster has a bunch of new numbers coming in that were apparently just confirmed moments ago. 12:31, 12:27. So he's actively confirming numbers right now. So we have Bob Shaft, C.K. Sample, Edward Pudlett, Dick Oldie, Dean Nimrod, S. Mount, Dan Mallman, B. Miracle, Ben Melton, Jerry Gayman, the Church of Satan, San Francisco, California, an old lady ants. Oh, okay, that's somebody else. Reverend C. Laverne Gaylord, Reverend James Fungafat, Keith Fuxer. Does it? Henry Ford, Q Dong, C Dick, Bob Booze, John Ashman, Anita Beaver. See, the problem is I don't know how long this phone is going to last because it was only charging for like 15-20 minutes, so I was thinking that Shadow Call might be all I'd be able to get out of it tonight. I gotta pee again. I gotta pee again, but I'm not gonna pee yet because I'm gonna store up my pee and have one great big one while I finish this beer here. And I think I'm on beer number 4. I've been drinking again. I've been drinking very slowly, very slowly. I think according to the law, you have to drink 2 beers within an hour to get legally drunk. So I've had 4 beers. Let me look and count the empties. That would be smart, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on beer number 5, and it's 3/4 of the way full. Oh, okay. Rebel is reminding me about something that he sent me. So, you know what? Next time I take a break, I'm going to go check my mail and get that song that Monkey Phone Matt sent me, or Monkey Phone Mark sent me. Don't even think about it. Hey! Get out of there. Come here. Julian, come here. Come here and make some cute sounds on the microphone. Come here. Julian. Say hello. Julian. Hello. Mouse came running out. Mouse. And now Sebastian's here. Now all cats are standing in front of me. Everybody sing. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. On the day that you were born. Mousy on backup. Mouse and Wing. Everybody sings with Wing, including Mouse. That's the name of one of our albums. Everybody sings with Wing. Aw, you're so sweet. I love my little kitty. Go away, honey, though. The problem is the cats haven't been fed. That's another thing I'm going to have to do during the next break. NJ Crackling Kid says I can't get through on the phone. You're right. That's because I've disabled the 800 number. Because we're getting to the end of the program. We only got 20 minutes left, and the phones are dead. Well, the red one is dead, and the white one is almost dead. All right. I just chased you away from there. Why do you think I chased you away? Go. Oh, man. I'm very gassy. I can feel the gas in me, but it's not coming out. It's like, it's coming up bubbles. Here we go again. It's going to be bubbles. I can feel it. There was a little burp and then the bubbles. Ugh. Beer foam. Yummy. Recycled beer foam. Even better. This is coming in from somebody named Milkman, and apparently it's a new listener because I don't recognize the name. But I like doing J calls, so I think I'm going to do this one. It's very rarely that I take an email prank call request because they're supposed to be sent in from the chat room live during the show. And the reason why I do it that way is there's several reasons. Number one, it reminds me to do the call. And number two, it lets me know that you're listening and you're going to hear me if I do your prank. Because I don't want to be bothered afterwards to send it to you. You know, if you want me to do a prank call for you, the least you can do is listen to the goddamn show when I'm doing it, right? If you can't be bothered to listen, I can't be bothered to do your call.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
How you doing?
All right.
I got your phone number from Larry, and he said that you might be interested to go out for drinks sometime or something like that, as long as we could keep it on the down low.
Who do you want to talk to?
Very, very discreet. Hello?
Hello?
I'm calling for you. And I'm very embarrassed. This is Bobby, right?
No, this is his brother Keith.
Oh, can you put Bobby on, please?
I'll get him.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
Bobby, how you doing?
Good.
Larry gave me your number because he said that you were lonely and you were closeted and you were looking for something discreet on the side.
What?
And
Who is this?
Because I'm married to my wife Jill for 17 years.
Who is this?
My name is Maurice. And I don't know if I should give you my last name or not, because if you say no, then you know I'm gay, and you have the advantage. But Larry told me that you were gay.
Larry? Who's Larry?
You don't know Larry?
No, Larry who?
His nickname is Milkman.
I don't know who you're talking
Larry,
about.
you know Larry the Milkman. Everybody calls him the Milk. He's not really a milkman, but everybody.
I don't know who you're talking about.
So you're not looking for? I'm very attractive. Hello.
Well, I got his brother to think he's queer.
Rebel, man.
Oh, hey, how you doing, man?
What's up, dude?
I just downloaded that Dane Cook that you sent me. Is it Pope related?
What? Huh?
Or Catholic related? Oh, Ted too?
Well, it's like Johnson related. So I don't know.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Ted's here too.
Awesome.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Hey.
It's like old times. You guys always used to call up 12 minutes before the end of the program.
Yeah, just like, it's like, damn, not going to stay on longer.
I wanted to give you a present, that's why.
What's my present?
This was the present.
Oh, okay.
Hey, can you send me the high-quality versions, if there are any, of the new Jack Nicholson calls that you just played?
Oh, sure. Those are brand new. I just posted them today. Can you have them in a second? I gotta go hang up the answer machine.
Okay.
The machine was supposed to turn itself off when I pick up this one, and it did a couple times tonight, but then for some reason it didn't when you guys called. But that was some great shit, wasn't it?
Hacked your answer machine.
No. It's just an old ancient crappy answer machine. If somebody hacked my answer machine, all they would hear is like messages from Ford Motor Credit. I have a bad habit. I always pay my car payment by the phone. And what reminds me that I need to make the payment is when they call.
Are you going to go ahead and make a payment on it today?
Yeah, no, it's always the same like pre-recorded thing, so I don't even bother to answer, because even if you do pick up, it's going to be saying no damn money. You know? And then for like a day after you do pay, they still call, and then you can have some fun like yelling at them because they're so, the system is so behind they don't realize that I paid already.
Yeah. Someone's asking if we want to link IRC servers.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that people from his place could join directly from the rooms and stuff would be shared. And
so PC would be listed on their server, and when they click on it, they would come on over to our server.
Yeah, the guy says he runs a server called irc.bonglo.net.
Yeah, somebody gave out that link today, bonglo.net.
He's related to, not related, but Weedman knows him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't even know who this is. But
Satan.
My inclination is
that weed or whatever it is. You know Satan? You know Satan? Yeah, apparently he's like a bigwig over at alt.drugs.weed or whatever it is. It's another popular IRC thing, I think.
Oh.
Please heal me.
I don't know.
Shut up. Ted's been having nightmares over this game that we're playing.
You're having nightmares
Seriously,
over here?
because I'll play this game.
You have to tell him about it, dude.
What game?
Savage.
Savage.
I only play like, a couple hours. Shut up, dude. Like, every other day I'll play for a couple hours, and I'll have these dreams where, because there's like these certain sayings during the game that people can say, and, one of them's like, defend the stronghold, or, I need healing.
Someone's poisoned the water hole.
So I had these dreams where, I'm in the game, and I'm fucking playing, and people are like, defend the stronghold, and I'm, like, trying to get back to the base to...
So it's a first-person shooter, right?
Well, it's kind of, yeah, I guess. But it has some role-playing things, like you build buildings and things like that.
That's cool.
Get different weapons.
You get kicked from the game like Rednex does because he doesn't know how to play.
Well, I joined, into this room once with Rebel where it was just supposed to be, a hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, yeah?
And I came out with a fucking catapult and started shooting people.
That's funny.
I got kicked really fast.
I was like, don't kick him, he's new. And they're like, kick too. I'm like, great. Great.
I'm like, oh, you can buy anything you want in this cost any money, so I came out with a fucking catapult and started flinging rocks.
That's funny. I gotta warn you though that this phone has only been charging for like the past 15-20 minutes, so it's probably not gonna last very long.
But if I rub it and then you do it, it will do it.
I haven't hung up the red phone yet, but maybe we can sneak in a call to Long Dong, like before the phone.
Oh yeah, we gotta call Reggie, man.
Reggie, no, that'll be like a half an hour call.
Yeah, I didn't want to do Reggie because his ass is always like a long yell fest.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang up now.
Yeah. That's the best Reggie impression so far.
Now who is Reggie?
Why, hey.
What is that?
Who is Reggie? Is that a friend of yours, or is that Neo's
ex-boyfriend?
ex-boyfriend?
Neo's ex.
Neo's ex-boyfriend. Ex-online boyfriend, or
You
something.
got like some
got a baby mama.
present. Yeah. We need to
You
go
remember
to
the
that
Reggie
scheme.
call? You remember the Reggie call? We're like, well, what are you doing over there? I'm like, I got a baby with Reggie.
Oh, hey, we have an important announcement. Hey, Katie K, I'm back, says Princey Girl. Princey Girl is back.
Oh, get up for that too.
She says, I have an awesome prank for you. It's this bitch who I want to get back at for going through my email. Her name is Crystal, and this is her number. And with a name like Crystal, she's probably a stripper. We ought to call her and ask her if she'll like come strip at Rebel's bar mitzvah or something.
Call her.
You want to call her?
And Bubba together
Yeah,
again.
let's call her.
Okay, we're going to call Crystal. Who's going to talk?
Bubba.
Bubba. Bubba. That's funny.
We're sorry, the number dialed is not in service.
Oh, man. Okay, maybe she's been telling everybody all over the internet to prank her already. Sorry, Princey, we tried, but her phone's disconnected. Okay, we got, Prankmaster has a bunch of new ones. Did you find Long yet?
Long.
You find it?
Oh, you want to call Long?
Yeah, I'm looking to see if somebody sent me his number yet, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it's...
My
sister sent me that freaking thing and said it reminded her of me.
What's that?
The guy. There's a video with that song.
Oh, yeah? Which one?
The Maya-hee.
Yeah, was it like a little chubby kid sitting in front of his webcam? That's probably the best one. There's also another one with this weird German guy, like, dancing around and, like, breaking a record over his head that's pretty funny to that song. He gets so worked up over it. Weedman claims that he sent me the phone number for both the Vatican and the Kremlin.
Yeah, well, today wouldn't be a good day.
Yeah.
May not be Catholic. Well, actually, I was raised Catholic, which is kind of scary, but...
Yeah, me too. But I was never molested.
Hold on.
I was never molested. What's going on over there?
Attacking the garrison!
There you go.
When am I going to grow up?
Oh no, it's burning! I'm fighting on offense!
Alright, enough with the game. You're supposed to be pranking people here.
It's like a soundboard, dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're going to soundboard him with that?
No. I'm in the game and I'm using the sound.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna switch over and call Long.
The man in the pirate suit stabbed me in the ear when I was 5.
Alright. Yo, Long, what up, man? No, about that shit, bro. Don't be talking shit, boy.
Hallelujah, he's back. The guy's not Long Dong.
Oh my god.
What the heck is this? Somebody want to do a Long Dong soundboard? Just call him up with his own soundboard and yell at him.
Yeah, I think all you need is Sam Kinison with a Vietnamese accent, and you got it.
I wonder what he would do if we soundboarded him with clips of his own voice.
That would be...
Whatever
always
he's
bring
yelling.
him out to be like, oh.
I wish we had a Vietnamese listener so they could translate it for us.
Dude, I know some... Wait, he's Vietnamese?
Well,
I have a friend who's...
that's what I'm guessing. It sounds Vietnamese, but what do I know about foreign language, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I have a Vietnamese friend. I can ask her.
Yeah, ask her if she can translate some of the things he says.
No, she's into, like, prank calling, too, so it's
Cool. It's probably all filthy vulgar. He's probably telling us to go fuck our dead mothers or something.
Or he's like, get me some Chinese food now or something.
No, he's probably threatening to call the cops and stuff.
Probably.
Yeah.
like he would know how to do that. Like,
Yeah, really. He's afraid to call because then they come
Dong
and deport
Dong
him.
One.
Dr. Phil claims to be one of our sexiest listeners.
Oh, really?
I doubt it.
Well, have him send me a pic. We got pics up in the gallery. and
Debatable right there.
I think my front runner for sexiest listener would be Starlight.
Well,
No,
because
it's
she looks
definitely
like Tori
Bubba.
Amos.
What's that?
It would definitely be Bubba.
It's Bubba, man.
Oh, Bubba's the
If you
sexiest?
disagree, he's gonna shoot you. Gonna get spanked.
Okay.
No, Starlight says she looks like Tori Amos.
Yeah, she does.
I look like. Oh, never mind.
Who do you look like?
I don't look like Tori Amos. I look like Kumar, dude.
Oh, do you?
I was at the beach, and these girls were like, "You look like Kumar," and I'm like, "Is that a compliment?"
Well, that was a good movie. You could use that to get laid.
Yeah.
You look like the Indian guy from Broken Lizard. You know, Club Dread and Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Do you look like that?
No, man. Like actually, like on Thursday I had my hair all spiked up, so I actually did look like Kumar. But I guess it's just because I'm Indian. Like you can, it's only Indian people really know. So I guess it's cool or whatever. I don't know. Those girls are from Michigan.
I like that movie. I thought it was fucking funny as hell.
Yeah, it was.
Remember the scene where the black guy is inside the burger joint and he's saying, "Let's tear the place up." That had me rolling at 3 a.m, waking up the neighbors because I'm laughing out loud hysterically.
Hi, man.
Um,
Hey, Ted, hit up that payphone, dude.
Yeah, the hectic phone.
The hectic phone.
Dude, we call that like every Saturday night.
Yeah, one night just Rebel and I were just like kept calling it till like 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
And you kept getting different women and stuff?
Yeah, well, as the night went on, they were like having a birthday party. We're like, what the fuck are you doing about a birthday party in a bathroom?
My friend like got like phone numbers out of like 2 of the girls one time.
Yeah, then we were like faking like we didn't like we were different people. Like, oh, we don't know how to get there. And like they were trying to give us
you call in
directions.
the bathroom for information.
Yeah, they were trying to give us directions, and they couldn't even tell us how the fuck they get to work in the morning.
Yeah, really. They're all drunk. Where is this place? Is it on the East Coast?
Area 51 is the name of the place.
In Utah.
It's in Utah?
Yeah, actually one time I called them and they're like, "Is this hectic?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, this is hectic."
They really said, "Is this hectic?"
Yeah, like the guy knows now.
Oh, that's fucking funny. That's too funny.
I'm like, "Does it sound like hectic?"
Yeah, then we did call once trying to act like hectic. I'm like, "Yeah, what up?" or something. Trying to sound all raspy and.
El Jefe.
Yeah, El Jefe. Are your children attractive?
Ted, you gotta put up those 976 girls.
I know. There are some that are funny.
They're all funny. They are all really dirty, but there's a lot of dirty shit on PCU already.
Yeah, Eric takes the cake.
Yeah, Eric. I would say Eric is even worse than the 976 girls. Sometimes.
What are the 976 girls?
They do. They call people up. They're hot sounding chicks that call guys up and say things like, "Your friend's bought you 10 minutes of phone sex," and then she'll start doing phone sex, and then she's like, "I'm gonna stab you in the ear" or something like that.
Or I'm gonna chop off your fingers.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut off your toes and smoke them in a pipe or something.
Very scary.
Okay, I'm gonna call the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. The hectic bathroom right here.
I think that's like
PCU.
the only bathroom number that doesn't work. I mean, that works. All the other numbers don't work anymore.
Oh, by the way, everybody, I forgot to mention that the domain name is working. PCU Radio, PCURadio.com. There you go. We finally got a domain name for the station. And the forums and the chat room, and it's all coming together very nicely. So, Rebel, it's good to have you back.
Thanks, man.
It's good to see you coming back around, not holding a grudge against the city anymore.
Good, I'm good. I just need some time to chill. Yo.
Yeah, me too.
Hello? 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 Yes. Hi, is this the Club 51? Yeah. Hey,
I'm trying to find directions to get there because I'm supposed to meet a girl there tonight, and I'm lost.
Oh, okay. The person needs directions on how to get her. What south are we at? It's like 350 south, 450 south, sorry, and like 400 west.
What?
450 south and 400 west.
What does that mean?
Are you in Salt Lake right now?
Yeah.
Okay, go to the street 400 west.
Okay.
And then go south on 400 west till you come to 450 south.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Is that the way you took to work today?
To work?
Yeah.
No, I don't work here.
What are you doing in the bathroom?
Talking.
Oh, I see. Why are there other people there?
Because it's just the bathroom. There's like a couch in here and stuff.
There's a couch in the bathroom?
Yes.
Is it like a living area?
Yeah.
I see. So you live in the bathroom?
No, just chit-chat and talk.
Uh-huh. Do you have any guys allowed in there?
In this particular bathroom?
Yeah.
Not.
Damn it. Well, you heard it. That was the phone dying again. And I'm sorry, Ted and Rebel, and I'd love to do prank calls with you, but both phones are dead, because I haven't hung the red one back up yet, because I'll have to go all the way back in the bedroom for that one. And the white one, which was in the kitchen, is dead again, too. It was only on the cradle for like 15-20 minutes, so I didn't expect it to work more than 10-15 minutes. So, well, I guess with that I'm going to end out the program. Thank you for listening to KDK's Lunatic Fringe tonight. I'm going to play the outro music, but if you want to hang in there, I'll be right back, because I do another show following Lunatic Fringe called Psychobabble. So I'm going to go take myself a piss and hang up both of these phones, and I'll be back after this short break, the outro, the intro, and then I'll be back, right? So thank you all for listening to KDK's Lunatic Fringe. I love you all, and stay beautiful.
Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving, revolving at 900 miles an hour. That's orbiting at 19 miles a second, so it's reckoned, a sun that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day. In an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour of the galaxy we call the Milky Way. Our galaxy itself contains 100 billion stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but out by us it's just 3,000 light years wide. We're 30,000 light years from galactic central point. We go round every 200 million years. And our galaxy is only one of millions of billions in this amazing and expanding universe.